Yeah, no guesses for where I am and what I am about to do. So yeah, people to interview, games to play. See you later. You know by now that Chaosium is one of my all-time favorites. I know plenty of people working at the place. They're incredible, absolutely incredible. And since I do have a love relationship with Cthulhu and Cthulhu games, it only stands to reason that I am so hyped about this absolutely amazing looking board game based on the Orient Express classic from the Call of Cthulhu game. And I'm just desperate to see this coming to the stores. But for now, even better, I can talk to Michał, who's actually happened to design this game. So, okay, before anything, this is a huge game. Huge games are not particularly easy to design. I can imagine this is not the first game you designed. So tell me a little bit, just a quick, who are you? Why are you doing this?
So I'm Michał Gołębiowski, and it's actually a shared design that, with Adam Kwapiński. And so I'll tell about Adam first. Adam is doing games for 15 years. He's done famous games like Nemesis, Frostpunk, Lord of Hellas, and so many more. And I've been doing games for 10 years. And one of my most famous games is Destinies. So with a shared experience of 25 years, we decided we could try doing this really big and proper game. It's very nice that Chaosium approached us on doing this game because it fits the niches of both our skills, as in it's both a proper narrative set game with like deep immersive thematic game, and we've started making together almost 14 months ago, so it's a lot of time in the making, especially that we are both full-time designers, so it took so many hours to reach this state, and this is mechanically this is almost final. We're still obviously polishing because the game is not as long as it's not printed, many changes are coming. We're playtesting the game a lot. But from the visual part, the cover is kind of final, and I love it. It's beautiful.
It's amazing. It looks absolutely glorious.
But other than cover, most of it will change. Will be new art, proper art. Because you can see this is a prototype. Like this one has been printed at my home printer just 5 days ago. So the visuals will be changed. Obviously, the train will stay. The cardboard train will stay. We have this amazing guy, Przemek Fornal, who does. I can't even get a proper word for like how beautiful and how smart the things he does. Like for the player boards, to remove the skill, you just pop the corner and just. And this is so smart, and all of the things are happening because of Przemek. Yeah, that's nice. And he designed the train. I'll tell about this later, but also even with the moving curtains, everything works here perfectly. So it's not only I can now say it's a really good game, but also it's an amazing toy. And when it will be with the final art, it's also gonna be a beautiful thing. So it's gonna be with all the monsters, with all the things, even with the coffins for dead people.
Okay, so tell me a little bit, because obviously this is a game with tons of things going on. So very briefly, how does it play?
Yeah. So players are investigators on board of the Orient Express. They're good people, no traitors, no game masters. All of them one team cooperating against the game. And the train, along with the investigators, has been sucked into a dreamland. With all the cars, with all the people on it, each die here represents a person. So all of them has been sucked into a dreamland, and what you want to do is find out from among the suspects. So there are 6 characters here that are suspects, and you want to know which of them are the cultists. and you have to know them as you arrive at the end of the dream. But to arrive at the end of the dream, you have to survive for the whole way. And here we go with the very best of Call of Cthulhu and Horror on the Orient Express. It's very little, so there are so many ways of today. There are nightmares spawning from the portals. So, as you'll be running through the Dreamland, you will be revealing landscapes and placing essence of reality there. And as every portal that is active will either spawn monsters or do other vile stuff. When the nightmares are spawned, when there are too many nightmares spawned, you lose the game. That's the first one. Second way, if you do not manage the essence, you do not remove it fast enough, and you run out of the essence, you lose the game. The third way to lose the game is too many people die and you run out of coffins to put them in. You lose. Fourth way, the classic Call of Cthulhu way, you have sanity, you can go insane. If you lose any of players lose all their sanity, you lose the game. Also, if you manage to arrive at the very end of the journey, and then you fail to tell whether these people are cultists or not for each of them, you lose the game. There are also two secret ways of losing, which I will not tell you for now, but they're hidden in here in different ways. So, this is bad things that happen. What are the good things? You'll be removing the monsters, removing the essence, saving the people, and as I've shown with the curtains, you'll be opening and closing the curtains. Why would you want that? Because some of the landscapes are terrifying, and people do not like to look at terrifying stuff. You just close the curtains, and they feel safer. But then again, there's the vampire here. And the vampire, it's better to see the vampire and have daylight in your car, because if you close the curtains, they're way stronger. And they can really easily kill people in the car. And you don't want people dying. So, what's important there, this one is really cool thing. When each suspect has a set of clues. And to know whether they're cultists or not, you have this cultist identity card. And if they have at least 4 of these pink tokens, because each token is either white or pink. If they have at least 4 pink tokens, they're certainly a cultist. If they have a bloody red fez, they're a cultist. If they have ticket straight to Constantinople, and they have an artifact, and they do not have the protective elder sign, they're a cultist. And it's enough to meet one of the criteria to be the cultist. Why it's interesting? First, it's a really cool puzzle to solve along the way. But the second thing is, it makes you not know how many cultists are on the train. And since the setup is shuffled, it's between 1 and 5. And you don't know before the game how many. So this changes a lot with every game. Actually, a lot changes between the games. The landscapes are different. The ritual is different because each game has a different ritual. The setting of the car, setting of the people, the characters you play, because each investigator has their own set of skills with their own set of actions. So everything changes. So the main rules stay the same, but enough small parts change that the strategy needs to be different and you have to think differently every single game.
There are many ways to lose.
Yeah.
How difficult is it actually to win?
So for now, I've won the game at least once.
Out of how many times?
50-ish, but for now we are still changing and balancing the game. We aim for a slightly easier game, but still we are aiming for a difficult game. Because it's a Call of Cthulhu, it's Horror on the Orient Express, it's a cooperative game, but we don't want to make it absurdly difficult. That's why we're playtesting. We're still having so much time because the Kickstarter is only in half a year. So we have still so much time to test the game, place and everything. So that when we present it fully to the public, before even printing, it's on the very level we want. Because you can go from easy to the difficult, and we chose the other way, from literally impossible. And now we've only reached the place where we can actually win the game, and we're just slightly adjusting the game. Yeah, mainly by making the characters stronger because it's fun to make an effect on the game. It's way better to because when you make the game harder, usually make it by making characters weaker, and it's not fun. The other way, we're making the characters stronger and stronger and stronger, and they all make like actual meaning and make difference in the game.
Okay. Sanity. And is there a way to recover sanity throughout the game? Or once one of the characters loses any sanity, that is it?
So that's a great question. In general, no. I mean, for every single thing I said, there's an alternate way, like there's one component, a special artifact or something that does this. But in general, there's no way to regain sanity. You're on a short ride on a train, and you have not much time, and if you go insane,
that's the end of it. Okay, as the game progresses, are the players going to find any artifacts that will allow them to fight better or to become more proficient against the creatures that they're going to find, or are they just going to remain pretty clueless throughout?
Oh, that's a great question. So there are a few ways that players will get stronger. One, when using actions, they'll be in short, I'll take the gameplay loop. You do one main action, you place the cube next to it, you up to 2 basic actions, and your turn is done. Next player, next player, next player. So the game plays pretty swiftly. After you've used a few of your skills, you may rest. And then you may upgrade, for every 2 cubes you've used, you may upgrade your skill. So upgrading your skills make them significantly stronger. So you just pop the corner and take a better version, like 1 diamond, 2 diamonds, better version of the skill. Or you may learn new skills. Or if you learned about the occult knowledge, you might learn about really weird occult skills. Like, my totally favorite is this one. It removes a card from the game. Just take it and just remove it. It's gone. Yeah, but also it removes the card from the game. So you have to be really smart. These are powerful skills. You have to be real smart about using them. So this is one way. When talking with passengers, visiting the train, you will gain items. These are obviously not the visually final ones. And these items are also strong. As you asked, regain free sanity. That's a strong one. Or there's a way to revive someone or something. They're really powerful artifacts, one-time use, and you will earn them throughout the game.
How many creatures are you planning to add to the game as you, I mean, how many enemies are there going to be?
Yeah, so there are 3 types of nightmares. Ones that are really terrifying moths, like Angel of Death / moth / I really like the skulls because they have the hole in the middle. I really like them. The very brutal and physical ones here, and the green ones that have so many hands and legs that are shrieking, creeping. So there are 3 types of nightmares here, and there's the vampire running around, and this is what's going to be in the game, in almost this very visual form.
How long is this going to take to play? Because it looks like a game that could last a while.
So the game usually takes about 2 hours, no matter how many times you played. Because if you're an experienced player, you play around 2 hours, like hour 40 or 52 hours, because you know how to play the game. If you're an inexperienced player, it also takes that much, because you play half the game because you lose. So that's clearly, if you save 2.5 hours, you're certainly fit in the slot with the explanation of the rules.
As a designer, what excites you about this game? What is the thing that you look at this and think, yeah, that rocks?
So actually a few things. One thing, the cultist thing, the puzzle here. First thing, I love puzzles, and this one is really good one. We tweaked with Adam, we spent so much time with Adam on doing that, and I feel we've managed to reach a really good point where the puzzle is interesting, but not weird, not obscure for specialists. It's a really nice puzzle. Also, I really love the physicality and the theatricality of it. This was one of the things. The players all sit on one side, and all of them see the train, and each car is like a miniature theater scene where things are happening. people are talking, getting insane, running around, moving, and so these nifty little scenes here. So I really like just the physicality of the game. Like everything like feels, even now, even if it's a prototype version, it already feels really nice and looks really good. And I really hope, and I'm gonna say this to the mic so that our production team will know, I really want to have gilded things on the, because gold is super cool. I don't know how it will work, but if it's possible, I want to have that.
That's fair enough, and I really hope that you manage to get that. What else is there to finish? Apart from tweaking it, what else would you like to see implemented in the game?
So certainly we want to do more content, as in more rituals, because each ritual gives a small twist on the rules, a small changes, and how the game plays, which makes let's say a butterfly effect, like it escalates. So even the small changes in the beginning make the game play very differently. So having 4 or 5 of these would be plenty, because you have a few playable characters. So choosing different characters, different landscapes, different things, will make the game different. And we want to playtest them enough, so not only the game feels fun, because yeah, Adam is more about the game plays properly, as in the balance is there, there's a difficulty, and I'm also for it, but I'm also for the game is fun. I'm just having actual joy of playing the game, even though I'm losing and being dead. So more of these, and some more of stuff. In general, the game is almost ready.
One last question that I'm thinking about now. The game is fully cooperative.
Yeah.
What is the player interaction like? Are the characters going to have skills that complement each other? So depending on what order they go, they can create combos or make it easier for them to obtain some goal that they may need to achieve?
Yeah, so actually many of the skills requires, or not even require, or work better if there's a certain setup in the train. But since the train is there are people on there, and it's a living set of characters, it's better if the players next to you prepare the set for you. So as you said, it's more of like a synergy from cooperation, and like if you have heal all the people in the car, it's way better if there are more injured people in the car, so some other players could send them to you. And because you do this atomic actions, like simple actions, you have to cooperate and prepare the setups to get the most of it.
And last question, what is the bit about the game that you're the proudest of?
I think the smoothness of it, how the game is big, has many rules, but I've explained it today many times. Now I'm at about 15-17 minutes to explain all the rules and leave. Before this interview, I've spent 17 minutes with people and I left them. They have no questions about it. They played the game on their own. That's really, I'm proud of it. And it's also, it's a shared with Adam and me, so it's not my only thing. But so you do small actions, you do it quickly, and the game plays smoothly. So this is the thing I'm really proud of.
Okay, and when the Kickstarter finishes, because I'm going to assume that this is going to fund massively, I have no doubts whatsoever. What would you like to end up with? I mean, what would be your dream result for this game?
So I really like the way Adam thinks about this game, making games, and I'm taking it from him. We're starting with our dream results. So we're not settling for anything less than what we think the game really should be. So the one thing is I like the gilded cars. This is the thing I'd love, but this is just a tiny visual effect. For all the content, for all the everything, the visuals is already amazing. I really love the game, and the production value is great. I love the gilded thing. I would love to some, I don't know, foil shiny things and stuff, but that's just it. I feel like when the game gets funded, it's gonna be the dream I dream of, because we are heading from the year ago to the very best we can do. We don't want to have a worst game. We want to have the best game we can make.
A dream about a train in the Dreamland. I'm really stoked about this. I think this is going to be absolutely incredible and a fantastic reflection of the classic adventure. So this is way ahead. The Kickstarter, this interview is going to go out. So humans, there is plenty of time for you to start saving money to throw it at this project, because I reckon this is going to be unbelievable. So please let me know what you think. I love to have your comments down there. And I think this is going to be the perfect chance for those who are not interested in the role-playing game of Call of Cthulhu to actually get into the Call of Cthulhu game with this, because it looks amazing. Over to you.